What's up, Marvel Snappers, and welcome to another Deck Tech video. Today we're having some fun with Dr. Octopus, who on reveal pulls 4 cards from your opponent's hand and puts them into play. Now if your opponent has cards there, it'll only pull as many cards as can fit in the location, but this can be a hilarious way to disrupt your opponent's hand. Now this is being filmed while Clintar is the featured location, and so we have a couple of ways to deal with the cards that Dr. Octopus puts into play. One, we can pull them into Clintar by ramping into the Dr. Octopus, turning all 4 cards into a 1-cost symbiote, which we can then destroy with an Electra. Or we also have Galactus, who on reveal, if this is the only card here, destroy the other locations. So what we can do is play the Dr. Octopus, pull 4 of their cards out onto the board, and then play Galactus to a different location, destroying all of those cards and leaving our opponent with as few resources as possible. We have the aforementioned Electra to handle the symbiote. Now, this never actually came up in any of my games. I filmed a bunch of games looking for highlights, but couldn't get this combo to come together. We have the Hood, who can be played early, and then that gives you a demon that you can play on a later turn after you've Galactus to combine with a 5-cost card. We have Psylocke, Electro, and Wave for ramp. The Electro is particularly great because the Galactus or Clintar can remove this off the board for us, removing the ongoing effect that keeps us to only playing 1 card per turn. We have Hobgoblin and Green Goblin as fantastic cards that we can put onto the board. They give our opponents negative power, reduce their board space, and aren't on our side of the board for Galactus, since Galactus can't have any other cards at the location. Should we wave into the Galactus on turn 4, on turn 5 we can play Spider-Man, and then the opponent can't play at all on turn 6. And lastly, we have Gamora, who, when there's only 1 location, will get the +5 power for sure, and She-Hulk, who, if we have any excess energy, gets a bit cheaper and allows us to sneak another card in. These are just some big stat sticks to put into the location after Galactus. Now, this isn't the strongest deck and is not recommended for climbing on the ladder. We managed to stay pretty much at parity with cubes, but this was primarily for the memes, and I think we ended up capturing quite a lot of hilarious games. With that, let's hop into it. Alright, first up is Lumeria, which won't impact us much, but we do have Galactus at the ready. We'll be staying out of Warrior Falls. Alright, they Shocker. So we can Green Goblin. And they Brood. How do we want to handle this? Thinking we just pass Hobgoblin and then Galactus and hope that the -11 with 3 is enough? Unlikely. They haven't snapped yet, though. Oh, and they play Patriot. Okay, I don't expect them to fill this up. That's the risk I'm gonna take here. Because if they don't play here, then Hobgoblin will ensure that we're winning this location. Oh, and they do play there. Guess they had a bit of a read there. I guess the question becomes, what do they play here? It's probably bigger than 3 power. But content. Galactus. Maximus and Silver Surfer? No way! Amazing! Galactus! Oh man, that was way too good. And then we'll even kill it thanks to Warrior Falls. Silver Surfer, you are no match for Galactus. Amazing. I'll take those 2 cubes. Let's hop into another one. Alright, first up is Shuri's Lab. Probably not where we're going to want to Galactus. Although negative 16 Hobgoblin's pretty funny. Rocks is not super good for us. We can pass. Oh, and the opponent snaps. Interesting. We've got some decisions to make. We could slowly curve into Electro Dr. Octopus. Galactus? Which I think is the funnier line. If we Dr. Octopus them after Galactus, they're kind of just stuck with a mishmash of cards. Let's give that a try. Let's wave. The opponent passes. It's a different order to go about it, but I'm curious to see how it ends up working out for us. Especially because of Subterranea, they could have a bunch of rocks in their hand. Come on, Dr. Octopus, be kind. They just passed. So let's see, what do we end up putting in play for them? Rock, rock, Squirrel Girl, Ant-Man. Yeah! Oh, and the opponent retreats. We didn't have much of a follow-up since we couldn't Hobgoblin afterwards, so probably best to not snap. Plus, best to get the content, but yeah. That's amazing. Let's hop into another one. Alright, we have Camartage, which won't be a good spot for the Goblin since it'll bounce us back, but we do have Galactus Psylocke, so we have a bit of a potential game plan here. Hitting the Gamora doesn't matter too much. Or hitting the Psylocke, since we'll probably play this turn 4. Ooh, and we do get Clintar. Let's make double demons for now. Ooh. Reducing the cards in our hand with double Scorpion, but that misses our 2 demons, and now this Green Goblin's even more deadly. Ooh, filled up on cards. Couldn't take full advantage of Olympia here. But we can send... They're probably going to invest some cards to Clintar, so let's actually send the Goblin through Olympia, and then we'll go Psylocke into Galactus. There's also a chance for us to Galactus next turn by double triggering the Psylocke here. Let's actually give that a try. And they storm. Alright, let's see if this works out for us. Let's snap and Galactus Olympia. Nice, yeah, they committed to the flooding, so Galactus is going to destroy everything, and oh, this animation's just, I can't get enough of it. Alright, now their board's pretty empty, so we can go with the Green Goblin and get both of the demons down. I didn't really see anything to indicate Killmonger, so we're gonna gamble on that. Dodge a possible leader. Oh, and they Green Goblin us. Okay, but can they get 15 power? 15's a lot. And the opponent retreats. Let's go. Thanks to their double Scorpion, our Green Goblin was a massive negative debuff to the opponent, and the 2 demons were enough to get there, even with Galactus's 1 power. Let's hop into another one. Alright, first up is Hala. Fantastic place to just throw our hood. But we do have Galactus to be considering now. And it won't be going to miniaturized labs, so we're going to hopefully get a good location for Galactus here. Although on turn 5 we can play Galactus to Hala. Okay, and they buff up a Human Torch. Let's go with Electro to Hala. Oh, and they Polaris us. Okay, so we can rip everything out of their hand, be very likely to lose, and then we'll have space for our Galactus, and then we'll have a power total to beat. Arrow, Taskmaster, just need 1 point. Yeah, okay, Captain Marvel. Alright, now we Galactus. And now we have a lot of power to play. This is where death would have been nice, but we weren't playing it due to Clintar. We can get 19. That doesn't seem like enough. We really needed them to not Polaris, so we could have Galactus Mojo World. What did they top deck? Did you top deck 2 power? Let's see it. Chavez? Shuri. So what, we tie? And we end up tying. Really funny. 1 more point and we would have had it, or without that Polaris, but that kind of worked out pretty well. Let's hop into another one. Alright, we do have Clintar. Now we just need to find Mr. Octopus. Okay, Necrotia doesn't do much for us. We'll pass again. We'll play Psylocke next turn. Oh, there's the good doctor. Alright, now we just need Galactus or Elektra. Okay, they're Electroing. And they probably play another card here. I wonder if it's worth pulling their cards to Necrotia. since we'd only pull 2 here. Let's go with that and see how it works for us. Oh no, they don't end up. Alright, Viper, Professor X, Death, and Wave. I don't know how Galactus and Professor X works, so I guess we're gonna find out right now. Does Professor X prevent the location from being destroyed? It does not. Alright, and Gamora is 12. Leader would get us? Yeah, Leader gets us. No way around that one, but super close. That was basically the only card that ends up getting us. Shang-Chi would have tied. Super close. Let's hop into another one. Alright, Strange Academy. Let's just get Hood down for now. Which one ends up being Clintar, if any? Oh, we both get our demons pulled. Alright, but we have Galactus. I end up going with a Nightcrawler. Oh. Well, Space Throne means that Dr. Octopus isn't going to get his most value. That means we probably just wave into Galactus. Since they already have 2 cards here, we'd only pull 2 out of their hand. Interesting that they chose... Oh, the Zero Mysterio actually beats us here. That's funny. Alright. I presume this is the real one, which is pretty good for us. They might be a death deck, which is bad for us. Oh, they Moon Girl. Interesting. Well, they're only going to have 1 spot left to work with now, so... Let's see what they end up doing. We've got 2 turns to play big cards. Yeah, the opponent just retreats. I hope you enjoyed the games and got to see the power of Dr. Octopus with Galactus. This is the most fun I've had playing a deck in Marvel Snap for a while. It's just so trollish. It doesn't always work out, but winning's not always the only metric. Having fun's important too. As always, if you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.